Hey dog lovers, we are here for you. In this episode, we will keep working on training dogs to stop barking at virtually everything that moves. We will show you how to train a dog. Things definitely won't always go smoothly, but when you put an approach based on love and respect in motion, your results will forever remain in motion. Welcome to the dog training experience, guys. Wait until you see this. Of course, it's unrealistic to expect a dog never to bark. It's as absurd as expecting a child never to speak. However, unfortunately, some dogs bark excessively. If this is an issue in your home, the first step is to figure out what is causing your dog to bark excessively. You may begin to address their barking problem after understanding why they are barking. What causes dogs to bark? Dogs employ various vocal communication techniques, including barking, which may mean different things depending on the context. The following are some of the reasons why dogs bark. Territorial or protective. Excessive barking is sometimes triggered when a human or an animal enters an area that your dog considers their territory. The barking usually grows louder as the threat approaches. During this barking style, your dog will appear vigilant and perhaps hostile. Dogs also frequently bark while welcoming people or other animals. It's generally a joyous bark with tail wags and hopping thrown in. Boredom or loneliness. Dogs live in packs, so dogs left alone for long days, whether in the home or the yard, might feel bored or depressed and frequently bark to express their dissatisfaction. Alarm or fear. Some dogs may bark at every noise or thing that attracts or startles them. It could happen anywhere, not just where they live. Their ears will be pulled back when they are scared, and their tail will be tucked. Compulsive barking or separation anxiety. Dogs with separation anxiety frequently bark excessively when left alone. Pacing, despair, destructiveness, and improper elimination are other signs they commonly display. Compulsive barkers would bark only to hear their voices. Barking for attention. Dogs frequently bark when they want something, such as to go outdoors, play, or to get a treat. What is the solution for excessive barking? Training your dog to bark less will take time, effort, practice, and consistency. It will not happen immediately, but you'll notice results with suitable approaches and patience. Because your dog thinks that you're joining in, shouting actually encourages them to bark louder. So the first guideline is to communicate clearly and gently rather than yelling. When you shout at them to shut up, most dogs have no idea what you're talking about. As a result, teach your dog to recognize the term quiet. Say quiet in a calm, firm voice while your dog is barking. Then wait until they stop barking before praising or rewarding them. Just make sure that you do not offer them treats while they're barking. They might eventually figure out that if they stop barking at the phrase silent, that they will be rewarded with a treat. And make it a delicious treat, such as chicken, to make it worth more than the barking. Alternatively, you may train your dog to speak and then use a few different commands like silent while having your finger to your lips to indicate them to cease barking. Dogs pick up body signals faster than voice commands. When they're quiet, practice these instructions on them, and they should eventually learn to stop barking at your order even if they want to bark at anything. A tired dog is a silent dog. If your dog barks when left alone, ensure that they are tired before you go. Before going, go for a long walk or a run, play ball, or visit the dog park. Allowing things to decay is not a good idea. The more any dog performs something, the more it gets imprinted. For example, barking can provide an adrenaline surge in dogs, making the barking lovable. On the other hand, permitting any dog to bark in particular instances, such as when the mailman comes, might lead to the dog being hostile in certain situations. Excessive barking can be caused by various medical conditions ranging from bee stings to brain illness to chronic discomfort. In addition, excessive barks are a symptom of canine senility, which affects older dogs. Therefore, it's usually good to get a pet examined by a veterinarian to ensure that a medical condition doesn't cause an issue. Once you've found out why your dog is barking, you can work on measures to lower the annoyance. So, how to lower the dog's barking? Loneliness or boredom. If your dog barks a lot while you're gone, you should provide them with extra activities or company to keep them from feeling lonely or bored. Bringing one outdoor dog inside will reduce noise pollution for your neighbors and add security to your property. It's also safer because dogs left outside risk being stolen, poisoned, harassed, and other threats. Dogs can, however, bark inside if they are bored. So if your dog barks all day while you're at work, hire someone to take them for a walk or play with them for at least 1 hour each day. Providing your dog with something to do during the day might also assist. For example, place a few food dispensing toys in various shapes and sizes on the table. These can keep them occupied for several hours, after which they will probably sleep. Dogs who bark at all hours of the night should be taken indoors. Dogs learn to sleep quietly indoors fast and provide additional security for your family. Alarm, fear, territorial, or protective. This sort of barking can be reduced by restricting what your dog sees because it is generally driven by fear or perceived danger to their territory or people. Natural wood fencing is preferable to chain fencing in a fenced yard. Limit access to doors and windows indoors or use an opaque film to cover them. You may also take your dog to doggy daycare 2 or 3 days a week, or you can enroll your dog in agility, obedience, or another active kind of dog training. Barking collars. Is it necessary to utilize one? There are a lot of items on the market that claim to stop your dog from barking immediately. For example, collars attached to your dog can offer audio or ultrasonic punishments, but they aren't always practical. Citronella spraying collars are frequently effective, but some dogs learn to run them out of spray and then bark whenever they want. Other off-collar gadgets may be practical if your dog barks in a specific location. When they detect barking, bark-activated water sprayers or noisemakers activate, spraying water at your pet or creating an obnoxious sound. These can occasionally stop a dog from barking in a particular area, but they are most effective if you are at home to praise your pet when they cease barking. Shock collars, which can give your pet an unpleasant shock, can damage them and make them aggressive, primarily if they identify the discomfort with the person or animal that they are barking at. But again, this helps your dog understand what you want him to accomplish. Debarking is a contentious issue that many people believe is cruel. However, it does not go to the root of the problem with the barking. The folds of tissue on each side of a dog's larynx or voice box are removed during surgery, leaving pups with a raspy rather than a complete bark. Breathing problems, an increased risk of choking, and chronic discomforts are all typical complications that can be life-threatening. It's also been reported that dogs may regain their voices. We hope that this video was helpful for you in teaching your dogs to stop barking. Did you guys learn something new? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Smash the bell icon and you can rest assured that you will never miss out on any of our future updates.